So just by predicting the direction of these green candles and red candles, you can also drive a big car, have a lot of money, and also travel around the world. And that is why today I want to give you a 94% accurate strategy that will actually tell you where the market is going right now. This actual strategy that I'm going to show you today, for them to know where exactly to enter, buy trades, sell trades, and Forex mentors only show them 50% of this actual strategy. But today, if you like this video and watch until the end, I'm going to give you everything for free. So this actual strategy uses a concept called supply and demand. So when you're looking at the buy trades, first you want to see the market moving up and down in a consolidation. Then after the consolidation, you want to see the market shooting up sharply. And now if you look closely at the bottom where the market actually started to go up, there will be a red candle or two candles right at the bottom. These are the last candles where you actually identify where the big banks, institutions, and other people who have more money than you and me, when they enter the market will go in just one direction for a very long time. But after some time, the market will then start to come back down. And now when it's getting closer to where it actually started, it will form a consolidation, then get to the supply zone. When you get to the supply zone, they'll also enter again and push the market up. So for you and me, we cannot enter exactly where the big banks actually enter at the first point. But since we know where exactly they entered first, when actually see exactly something like this happening, when the market start to go down and start to form a consolidation, this now gives you a clue where exactly they're going to enter again, and then you enter together with them. And when they want to push the market down, first you see the market moving up and down in a consolidation, then boom, shoots down. And when you look closely where this actual move down actually started, there will be one or two green candles at the start. Then the market will start to come back again. Before it actually gets back to those green candles, it will form a small consolidation, then it gets back to where exactly you and me and also the big banks will now enter and push the market down. So now on the chart, it will look like this. Look exactly right here. You can see there is a consolidation happening right around this box, and then all of a sudden the market shoots down in just one straight direction without stopping. This actually tells you that there is someone with a lot of money pushing the market down. It can be banks, institution, whatever that person may be. So now what you do, you mark that area so that when the market starts to come back to this area, you always remember it in the future. But you must always pay close attention to what the market does when it's getting back. You can actually see it forming a consolidation exactly as I've just shown you earlier. Sometimes this consolidation can be smaller, but since this is the start of the year, they'll form a longer consolidation, and then suddenly, boom, you actually see the market getting back exactly to where the market actually started, or the supply zone. When this happens exactly at this moving average, which is also acting as a resistance level, the market will definitely start to go down in the direction that you want it to go. So if you really want to make money on this actual trade, you have to use a good broker which will allow you to make the profits that you actually deserve by giving you maximum leverage and also by giving you very low spreads, so that when the market starts to go into direction, you can get into profits much quicker. I put the link of the broker that I use with this actual strategy in this video description. Open your account right now and take full advantage of this actual trade when the market opens. So to actually increase the accuracy of a strategy, you don't just look at the supply and demand zone. What also look at is this moving average. When the market is below this actual moving average, it tells you the market is really in a strong downtrend. And just by seeing the market bouncing exactly at the moving average, this will actually give you more confidence that this actual supply zone is exactly at the point that you want it to be. Not forgetting the RSI. This RSI will actually tell you when the market is actually about to turn, and this happens when the RSI gets to the overbought zone. When you get to the overbought zone, just know the market is about to go down very sharply. Using everything like this, you now have 100% of this actual strategy, and I've actually tested this strategy and got 94% accuracy. If you don't believe me, don't worry, I'm going to show you all the trades that I've actually tested it on. Like for example, this one, you can actually see right here where the market shoots up strongly, and then when it starts to come down, forms a small consolidation, and then boom, comes back to this actual demand zone. When that happens, look also at the RSI. You can actually see the RSI at the oversold zone. At the same time, the candlesticks are actually bouncing on top of this 200 moving average, which means everything is pointing waiting for the market to actually go up. Now look what happened afterwards. You can see the market shooting up exactly in the buy direction. If you go back a little, you can also see another trade right here where the market is consolidating and suddenly boom, shoots up in the up direction and then comes back to this actual demand zone that you have down here. You can actually see when it comes back, there is also the same time where the RSI is also going to the oversold zone. And the most important thing to note is that before the market gets to this actual demand zone, you want to see small consolidation before the market get to this actual zone, and also bouncing on top of this actual 200 moving average. This will actually help you to get a trade that actually goes into direction immediately. Then also going back, there is this actual trade which is slightly different, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can take full advantage of this actual trade. So if you look right here, what we have a down gap, but don't actually have a down candle on this actual point. So a down gap that happens exactly at the start of the week, or where you actually have two lines just like this one, it actually acts as a support level. So now when you see the market going up and then starting to come back, forming a small consolidation before it gets to this actual zone, which is actually lining up with the gap, and on top of that, it's actually bouncing on top of the 200 moving average. And then looking at the RSI, you can also see the RSI as the oversold zone. This tells you that this is the best place to actually enter a buy trade and make money with this actual strategy. We can continue going back, but just looking at these trades, you can actually see trade after trade is one winning after another winning trade. And actually right now we have a powerful trade that is actually happening at this actual point, and when the market opens, if it doesn't go above right here, you must expect for it to shoot down in the down direction until it gets to this actual low. So make sure you save this video and also be ready for this actual trade when the market opens. And if you also have some trader friends, also share with them this actual video so that they can also take full advantage of this actual trade which is actually happening right now. The best thing about this actual strategy is that it also works on other pairs, even on gold. It also works. You can actually see right here where the market was actually consolidating and then boom, shoots down, then coming back. It forms a small consolidation right here before going back to this actual supply zone, and when it gets back to the supply zone, look what happens. It just shoots down in one direction without turning back. Then before this one, you can actually see there is this actual trade where the market was consolidating, then boom, shoots down, then coming back, forms a beautiful consolidation, then comes back to this actual supply zone right here. So in this case, looking at the RSI, you can actually see the RSI is overbought, and on top of that, this is a beautiful supply zone. Everything is telling you that the market is going to go down except for this moving average. So what to do in this case is that you can actually wait for these candles to come down below this 200 moving average and close below it, just like what he did right here. Then you can now enter the trade. Yes, you're going to miss some profits right here, but you'll be guaranteed that the market is going to go into direction 90% of the time. I can spend the whole day showing you examples of this actual strategy working exactly as I've shown you today, but I think by now you've now mastered how to actually use supply and demand together with the 200 moving average and also with the RSI to get 90% accuracy from this actual strategy. So now comment below, what do you think about this actual strategy? Have you used supply and demand strategies before, and also what was your experience? And now adding the 200 moving average and the RSI down here, definitely it will help you to win more trades each and every day.